Strevs, so before we get into the results today, of course, a good cause, Prince's Trust. Happy to support that with the game?
Yeah, of course it was. That was the whole reason of playing the game. It's a good cause. Hopefully, people got to watch it on the YouTube thing, and people donated as well to try and make it an amazing cause. We'd agreed to play this game weeks ago, obviously with our sponsor being Utilita and stuff like that. And I hope they did. I hope people enjoyed watching it. I hope people donated as well and paid the £5 in their names, what everyone was trying to do. But it's a fantastic cause. So hopefully, it's been a good day on that front.
I think you'd agree that it was a disappointing start, to say the least. What went wrong there?
It's probably a little bit of everything. I've given them a really, really hard 2 weeks in terms of running and what I've been demanding from them. And I said to the boys in there, I hate losing any game of football I do, but if the running I gave them on Thursday and then the running I gave them yesterday, really and truly, they're going to be leggy from what I've done to them, So that was the main reason for it. They're slightly further along in their pre-season. They've got an important FA Cup game for them in the club next week. So I understood why it was, but I was just disappointed the way we give the ball away so sloppily the first 15 minutes. First goal, it was probably a foul on Greener, but we didn't communicate well enough at the back, and it sort of ricocheted up, and the boy finished it well. And then credit to them, the second goal was a fantastic goal, a really well taken goal. And then after that, it was. We had a lot of the ball, but without really creating it. But we haven't done any patterns of play. We haven't done any work on our crossing. We haven't done anything on arriving in the box and any of that stuff. So they're all the things that we've got to do the next 4 weeks. And disappointing to lose today, but the bigger picture is what we're going to be like in 4 weeks. The work that we're putting in now, hopefully, is going to set us in good stead for the start of the season.
Goal for Barner, and as you say, no goals in the second half. What did you expect for the second half when you lined up with a completely different team? Yeah,
it was just minutes. Like I'm saying, I give them all such a hard week in terms of fitness work. Joe Tomlinson and Tom Bearish played 90 minutes, but everyone else played 45 minutes. And the only reason them two played longer, I wanted to look at Joe playing at right back as well as left back, and I wanted to see Bearish playing centre midfield and out wide as well. And to be fair, they're two of the fitter boys in the group as well. But for everyone else, the runs I gave them on Thursday and yesterday, and the runs that I've done myself throughout my career with various managers, I know how hard they were. So to do that to them, and it weren't just them, we did it Monday, Tuesday, Thursday and Friday. So starts lessening down in terms of the distance work, in terms of running now, but we can start doing more ball work and fitness work on that level and start working on things that we want to get better. So not today, but hopefully by the time next week after, we'll start getting better with the football as well, because we give it away sloppy at times today.
And you mentioned more minutes for players, more minutes for a couple of academy players as well. Is that going to be a continuing theme?
Right now it is, but moving more into pre-season it probably won't be, because I need to start getting minutes into the boys, first team boys. But it's brilliant to have Rudy and Jack with us. Both done really well whenever I've watched them. Both done well at Tottenham, and they both did good again today. Rudy was probably slightly better than Jack today, but saying that, Jack come over with us, trained Thursday morning, then he played a game in the afternoon, and boys have been working really hard as well. So so it's pleasing for them two to be out there. And we've got young Ben Scorey, Lewis Bill, people like that as well that are doing really well as well. So it's great to involve them, and we've got another game Tuesday. I think there'll be a few more of them involved again on Tuesday, and then when we go to Salisbury next week, we might lessen the squad down a little bit and then start bringing the minutes up, because we won't be doing as much hard leg work next week, so we'll start bringing the minutes up in terms of for the games and stuff. So we'll start doing it where one plays 60 and the others play 30, and then the following game will be 60s, 30s, and then the last 3 or 4 games of the pre-season, then you start getting 90 minutes into the boys, so hopefully they're all at a good base level, all around the same, that they're ready for that first game of the season. So just trying to build it up that way.
You mentioned Tuesday night. Will it be a case of resting until then, or will you have the boys in again?
No. We'll be off tomorrow, obviously, spend a bit of time with their families, relax, get their legs back together after a hard couple of weeks, and then we're back in Monday. We'll be working hard. I say all it is you go from the longer running where it's more leggy stuff, because we've had such a long time off, into still doing hard work, but it'll be more short, sharp. It'll be a lot more running with the football in terms of doing keep balls where you're pressing, where you're under pressure, and then that'll help with the passing as well today. I just thought, because we looked quite leggy, we was a bit sloppy with the football. It wasn't like we was trying to play really expansive balls or threading balls through. It was literally 5-10 yard passing in the first 15 minutes. We probably give the ball away unopposed 10-15 times, but it was a good test as well, because to be fair, second half the whole game they treated it as if it was a cup game or the biggest game ever. They were taking their time with the goalie taking goal kicks and things like that. frustrating it by slowing the tempo right down so we couldn't get a rhythm into our play. We was trying to spot and play to get things going, whereas they was taking their time. So that's going to happen throughout the course of the season as well. And if you go 2-0 behind against whoever you're playing against in the National League, 9 times out of 10 that means you're going to lose the game. So it's a little bit of a rude awakening to go, right, you're 2-0 down 15 minutes into the game. If that happens in the National League, we'll lose as well. It's very rare that you turn it right around. I can probably think of Fylde where we were 2-0 down, come back and drew 2-2. Nearly happened differently against us when we was 3-0 up against Torquay at half time. They brought it back to 3-2, but normally at the level we're at, if you give teams a 2-goal head start, very rarely do you ever take any points out of it. So that's something for us to work on and know that we've got to be better at as well.